video. This video will be a Did You Know video. Did you know that the newsletter editor is a compensated position that is detailed in our bylaws? Well, if you didn't know, you're about to find out. Stay tuned. In our bylaws, in Article 16, Section 2, talks about our education committee. And just paraphrasing a little bit, it basically says that the education committee, as well as 2 members of the executive board, will oversee the newsletter. The 2 members of the executive board will basically represent the executive board as a whole, as an authority figure, to yay or nay certain things that maybe they don't feel is appropriate or maybe shouldn't be said at the time. And also, you have Article 24, which is titled The Finances and Compensation of Officers and Members. In Section 6 of this article, it details that the newsletter editor gets $50 a month in a stipend, which is roughly $600 per year, and each editor will receive this compensation. You're also allowed the opportunity to use the camera as well as the laptop to make sure that the process of editing every article and picture submitted goes by seamlessly. This information is important because currently we only have 2 editors of the newsletter, which is our financial secretary treasurer and our education committee chair. I, on the other hand, feel as though it's important that the entire education committee feels a part of this opportunity to give information and to showcase our local in a newsletter. It is also my vision to make sure that this newsletter is sent out to everyone's home at least twice a year. Our financial situation has grown tremendously over the years. We are looking at over maybe $3.5 million in our general fund. So now is the perfect time to make sure that we are not putting our newsletter in the shop floor if we do not need to. We can send it to everyone's home. The cost will be discussed in the executive board meeting, and it will be sent to the membership for a final approval. Going forward, it is my vision that Local 7 becomes #1 in communication. There's no reason why we should look to other locals for information through their website, and no reason why we should look at Facebook as the #1 source for information as well. We have a dues sponsored website that is secure and free of management or any anti-union site. We need to make sure that we are utilizing that and getting the most for our money. I figured that once the membership knew that not only do our dues pay for the newsletter, pay for the website, but also pay for the editors, that when you do see the newsletter, you take the opportunity to read it and get the most out of it. You don't throw it on the floor, because ultimately what you're saying is, I'm throwing away my dues money as well. So, in closing, let's make sure that Local 7 is more effective in communication and more acceptable to new ways and suggestions that the membership feel will benefit them even more. All right, Local 7, the election is just in a few days, so I hope to see you all at the polls, and please, I ask that you support me, number 10 on your ballot, Linda Jackson, for recording secretary.